This is Ashley Gaska. Today I'm going to demonstrate the skill of text marking and annotating as a way to improve reading comprehension. So the article that I will be using to demonstrate this technique is "You Can Buy Happiness If It's an Experience," adapted from the article by Manvi Singh. My apologies if I mispronounced that name. So in order to show this skill, I'm going to be using the typewriter and highlight tools on this program, which is called Foxit Reader. This is a free program that you can get from the internet, and it allows you to write on PDF documents. So let's begin. And throughout this video, I will be modeling how I would text mark this particular article. We humans spend a lot of time waiting in lines. People queue up for days in order to get their hands on the latest iPhone, or what feels like eons for a table at that hip new French place. Now, if there are certain words that I'm unfamiliar with, I might highlight those words to look up for later. For instance, if you don't know the word queue, it would be fine to highlight that word and then add the definition here. So for me, I know that queue means to line up. So people line up for days in order to get their hands on the latest iPhone, or what feels like eons. And I know that eons is a word that refers to a really long time. I don't know exactly how long. So I've added my first notes, and notice that this program allows me to drag and drop these notes as much as I want, and it shows a line that connects my highlight to what I wrote. And I can also do different things like reply to it and all kinds of other stuff. I'm going to drag them to the side so that they're not in my way. Let's continue. You may be better off spending time and money on the latter. A growing body of research has shown that experiences tend to make people happier than material possessions. That sounds really important, like probably the main topic of the article, because something about it just tells me that this is going to be important. So I predict that this will be the main topic of the article. Also, it kind of goes in line with the title of the article as well. It just seems like something that stands out as really important to me. So, and even anticipating an experience like a concert, a ski trip, or what better be a really great brunch makes us happier than purchasing the latest gadgets, according to a study published Tuesday in Psychological Science. So even the act of anticipating it is important. That kind of surprises me, so I'm going to add it to my notes. That's something that is very surprising, but I guess not that surprising if I think about it. The study tracked how about 100 college students and over 2,200 randomly selected adults felt about material goods and experiences. People got excited about both things and events, but they tended to feel more positive about experiential purchases, and their feelings about material purchases were more likely to be tinged with feelings of impatience. So that's kind of a negative feeling. So I'm going to put a summary of this, which is that people prefer the experience, or to spend money on experiences over physical things. It makes sense to me. And then the feelings of impatience part. This is a negative feeling associated with buying stuff. one aspect of that has to do with the nature of imagination, says Amit Kumar, a doctoral student of psychology at Cornell University and one of the researchers behind the paper. Ooh, the nature of imagination. I wonder what he means by that. If you're waiting to buy an iPhone, you know exactly how many megapixels the camera on the new phone will have. Good point, Kumar told Shots. People often get really creative when planning out a future vacation, he says, and just thinking about all the things they'll be doing and all the fun they'll be having can boost their mood. Ah, that sounds kind of important. People enjoy the process of imagining and planning out a vacation, whereas purchasing something doesn't leave a lot of room for imagination. So people enjoy the act of imagining. This is important. Plus, when it comes to experiences, money isn't as much of an issue, the researchers hypothesize. People may be competitive when it comes to keeping up with the Joneses, meaning doing what everyone else does, but tend to be less competitive about spending on experiences. Okay, so the competitiveness can cause people to spend too much money, but they're not competitive when it comes to their experiences. And as people age, they tend to find more joy in ordinary, everyday experiences like walking or gardening, compared to that trip to Fiji, another recent study found. Oh, that's interesting. As people age, they prefer ordinary, simpler experiences. Personally, I'll take Fiji, but maybe I'm just not at that age yet. One reason may be that experiences give people the opportunity to bond and socialize. Oh, that's a good point. Kumar says, even when you aren't guaranteed a ticket to a concert or a taco from the cool new food truck, people often enjoy waiting in line. Ooh, who does? While waiting for concert tickets, people reported singing songs together, or people would be playing games with each other while they're waiting, he says. So you can bond with others with similar interests. Improves happiness. And we've got proof of that right here. Editor Scott Hensley says he could buy tickets online for an upcoming food festival, but he much prefers going downtown first thing in the morning and waiting in line with his fellow foodies. That sounds a lot more fun than those Black Friday fights over flat screens and gaming devices. I agree. Indeed, Kumar and his colleagues compared news reports about people waiting in line and found that long waits for material purchases were more likely to end in violence. I wonder why. Interesting. So, you see, I've marked this text. It really didn't take me that long. And now I think I have a greater understanding of what I marked, or a greater understanding of the text in general, because I was able to interact with it and associate with it and make my own meaning through my own experiences and my own comments. And so now, if I go to take a quiz on this, I'm probably going to do really well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions about text marking, annotating, or even questions about Box It Reader, please feel free to reach out. I'd be glad to help you as always. Thanks again. Take care.